Our custom built-ins are complete, so here's how we did it. First, we removed the baseboards, but we're going to reuse them to trim it out. We bought prefab cabinets from Menards and then started building a base for them to sit on. We used 2x4s and made it the height of our baseboards so that it matches the rest of the room. Since our floors aren't level, we had to shim it up on one side, and then we secured the base to studs in the wall. Then, since we only have 2 outlets in this whole room and one of them would be inside a cabinet, we decided to rewire it and put it up to the top of the surface of the cabinet. Once they were wired, we could put the cabinets on the base and then start screwing them together and then to the studs in the wall. We used clamps to hold them together in the right spot, and he drilled a pilot hole before screwing them together. Next was cutting holes for the outlets in the plywood that is going to be like the countertop, basically. We used 3/4-inch plywood for this and to build the bookshelves. Next, we had to start building the shelves, which was probably the hardest part, and you'll see why. First, my husband put 2 little support pieces at the very top of the first shelf, and we set it up there so we could plan out where the shelves would be since they were not going to be adjustable. Once we had our distances, we had to measure and mark the sides so then we could line up the shelves. The way we did it the first time was gluing and nailing the shelves in place first and then adding support pieces underneath that, but we ended up doing it the opposite for the other 2 shelves. We set the first shelf up there and we were like, that doesn't look right. Turns out one of our shelves was 1/8 of an inch too long, which throws off everything. It was not square, but we were able to fix it when we nailed the backing on and kind of just forced it into a square position. The other 2 bookcases went better, and then we used pocket screws to attach them to the base. Then we also screwed the bookshelves together, clamping them again like we did with the cabinets. Then we used edge banding on the shelves to give it a smooth finish. Trimming the excess was a little difficult, but fun to watch. We went with pretty simple trim, so I just glued and nailed a 1x2 to the uprights in between the shelves. After that, we spent a lot of time caulking and filling nail and screw holes. Then it was time to prime and paint. We used a cabinet primer and enamel paint to hopefully get the best finish. The rest of the room has a ways to go, but the built-ins are done and I am so happy. If you have questions about how we did anything, let me know in the comments.